All right, guys. So this is going to be my disclaimer video. Basically, I just want this to kind of serve as like a public service announcement or like some sort of like blanket awareness about what my limitations are and where I'm coming from and what I hope to get done. That might be a separate video. But anyways, this is my disclaimer video. So number one, I am not a professional. I am not a mental health professional. I am not any sort of health professional. I'm not sort of medical professional. I'm not a psychiatrist. I'm not a psychologist. I'm far from any sort of medical anything or the other. I am simply a human being that is on planet Earth. So, why am I saying that? So, if you need professional help, I am absolutely not the person to give it to you. And I want that to be crystal clear right now. I am not the person to give it to you. I am not a professional. I'm simply a human being that is sharing his experiences while I've been on this planet. So, if you need professional help, whether it's professional medical help, you've got a physical situation or you've got a mental situation, if you need to see someone that's qualified, please go see them. Do not come to me. I'm not a professional. I'm sorry, I'm just not. Number two, I do not know everything. I do not know everything. I like to get closer to knowing everything, but I do not know everything. And when I say I don't know everything, what I mean is that I'm going to learn new stuff every day. And over the course of 5 years, my views might do a 360 or my views might do a 180. Okay. So, let's just keep that in mind is that I don't know everything and I'm not perfect and my views are going to change. My views are going to evolve. Okay. What I am presenting today was not how I looked at things 5 years ago. And hopefully, the way I look at things and present things 5 years from now is better than what I'm presenting today. So I don't want you guys to think that where I am is where I'm ever going to be. Okay, I am a dynamic project. I am an ever revealing project while I'm on this planet. I've learned things in the last 5 years that I didn't know existed. And I'm going to learn things in the next 5 years that I didn't know existed. And I'm going to try my best to incorporate that. And if it changes my perspective on something, then that's okay. But just understand, guys, that my views are going to change. My perspectives are going to change. I'm going to get new information. I'm going to get new perspective on things. And hopefully that makes my future videos that much better. Hopefully that makes my future time that much better. Hopefully. And with that being said, guys, my old videos might get out of date. They might get out of date. I might have been presenting a perspective that's no longer applicable, or I might have learned something about that perspective that's just, I don't think about it that way no more. So what I'm getting at is I might have gave a video on saying, okay, here's how you deal with XYZ. At the time, I thought it was complete and comprehensive, but it turns out it wasn't. So at that point, obviously my future videos will reflect that new knowledge, and I may make a correction video or I may just re-record the video with the new insight. But with that being said, I'm not going to delete or remove, at least not right now, my old material, because I'm not going to hide the fact that I have grown and changed and learned. If I can't accept the fact that I was incorrect yesterday, how can I accept the fact that I'm correct today? So I'm not going to, like renounce or ask for forgiveness or delete or hide. I mean, I might mark the video as like outdated, or like they might put some disclaimer in the title that says, hey, this is old information, but I thought it was correct at the time. I'm not going to run away from the fact that I was wrong. I'm not going to run away from the fact that I was incorrect. And then likewise, I'm not going to run away from the fact that I'm correct today, or I'm going to be more correct tomorrow. I'm not going to run away from either of those. So just keep that in mind too, is that, as my videos change and, as my perspectives change, I may mark or categorize or label my old material old and just say, yeah, I thought that was correct at this time. I own that. I'm more correct today. I'm going to own that too. So, like I said, I'm not going to, run away from the fact that my views have changed. I'm never going to do that. No, it's not going to happen. And another thing about this project, I'll just put it that way, this project is, and actually rewind. So now the next thing is that, number one, like I said, I don't know everything, and number two, I'm going to so number one, I'm not a professional. Number two, I don't know everything. Number three, I'm constantly learning and evolving. And number four, and I really, really want this to be clear, I do not know your situation. I do not know your situation. Even if I physically know you, like we've physically had a conversation together, I'm not living your life. I don't know your thoughts. I don't know your emotions. I don't know the physiology of your body. I don't know the chemistry of your body. I only know myself. So, with that being said, if you have a lived experience that completely contradicts everything I'm saying, and you saying, you know what? Hey, Jonathan, yeah, that was a nice little speech you just gave, but this is my lived experience, and here's why your speech isn't applicable to me. I'll take that. I will take that. I'm not going to run away from that. I'm not going to hide that. I'm not going to try to argue my way out of that. I'm not going to tell you to get over it. I'm not going to do that. If your lived experience completely contradicts anything I say, I will own that and I will take that. And I'm also going to say at that point, you know what, man, that's a tough situation you're in. I'm going to be wishing you the best. I'm wishing you the best on your journey. And if there's anything I can do on my side, I'd be more than happy to help. And that's it. I'm not going to say that what's applicable in these videos is applicable to all 8 billion people on planet Earth. That's not possible. Ultimately, I'm presenting what's worked for me. I'm presenting what I've reflected on, and hopefully what will help you, in your journey, here. So, like I said, if your lived experience contradicts anything I say or goes against anything I say, I'll take it. I'm not going to tell you to be quiet. I'm not going to tell you to get over it. I'm just going to say, man, that's a tough situation. And I'm going to be wishing you the best. And I hope you can get through it. I really do mean that. I hope you can get through it. But with that being said, I'm still going to be presenting my information to the people that I can reach. And I'm going to be presenting my information to the people that have a similar lived experience. None of us choose the family we're born into. None of us choose the bodies we're born into. So I'm not going to say that, your lived experience means absolutely nothing. I'm not going to say that my lived experience means absolutely nothing. Absolutely not. It means everything. And the reason it means everything is because it's the only experience you have. Now, me as a conscious human being, it's definitely my job to try to be as receptive to say, hey man, hey John, you got that situation over there and the way you described it's really cool, but here's another way to look at it. And if I didn't grow up with those circumstances or I've never lived with those circumstances, then it's going to be a little hard for me to truly comprehend that. But at the same time, I'm going to do my best to make sure that I'm saying, you know what, man, you know what, you got a point there. That's a tough situation. And I'm going to do my best to try to incorporate that into my situation to the best of my abilities. But like I said, this is just my lived experience. If you've got something else, then hey, I can't. There's, I can't tell you to be quiet. I can't. I I only know my experience. I don't know what it's like growing up in a single parent household. I don't know what it's like growing up economically impoverished. I don't know what that's like. I've got ideas. I've had people tell me. I've tried to walk in their shoes, but ultimately, I can only walk in my shoes. So hopefully that's clear some air there. And last but not least, just a little bit of a disclaimer. Um, as far as you know, when you say like, what is the purpose of this channel, right? Like, or where is this channel going, or like what is like the objective or this, or what is the audience, right? Maybe it's something along those lines. Um, ultimately, if you're watching this video, I appreciate you. But ultimately, I'm talking to my past self. I am talking to the version of myself that was dealing and may still be dealing with everything I talk about. Anything I talk about, whether it's some sort of anger or resentment or self doubt or self esteem or whatever the case may be, ultimately, I am talking to my past self. And you're going to say, wow, that sounds really selfish. Here's what I would say to that. If my pain, if my experience, and if my coming to terms with my pain is able to help someone else in their journey, now my pain has meaning. Now my pain has purpose. So let me say that one more time. If my coming to terms with my pain, if my healing from my pain, if that experience is able to help someone else with their experience, you're helping me find a purpose to my life. You're helping giving meaning to my life. You're giving meaning to my pain. So let's actually pull that together for the next video. I'll see you then.